Greetings, disciples of metal. Welcome back to 365 Days of Metal. My name is George, and this is day 215. Today I'm going to do things a little differently. On the surface, I have this listed as being about Black Sabbath's second album, Paranoid. But mostly, what I want to talk about is last night's amazing Black Sabbath concert at Jiffy Lube Live in Bristow, Virginia. If you need to make a connection between the two things, Sabbath played like half this album last night, so there you go. I was disappointed to find out that the show would be opened by Andrew W.K., who is neither metal nor remotely pleasing to the ears. In a nutshell, his music sucks. But as we're walking in, Buke mentioned he saw that somewhere it was listed as Andrew W.K. as DJ. Well now, that's completely different. And he was right. So we were spared any of this guy's horrible music and treated to various songs from bands like Pantera and Faith No More. Since they normally play music through the PA before and between bands, I'm not entirely sure what the fucking point was of having him quote-unquote DJ, but whatever. His stint on stage was mercifully short, and before long the mighty Sabbath was ready to take the stage. I've seen Ozzy before many times over the years, and other than one stinker, he's always put on a good show. Last night was no exception. Tony and Geezer I'd seen previously with Heaven and Hell, which of course featured the wonderful Ronnie James Dio on vocals. Tony and Geezer also performed phenomenally last night. I'd like to add that Tony looked in great shape for a man who's been battling cancer. He looked as fit and fine as he did the last time I saw him. Ozzy mentioned that Tony Iommi will never die. Let's hope not. What can I say about their set? I'm hardly worthy of critiquing the band that actually invented heavy metal with their self-titled song from their first album. Hearing that wicked mighty tritone performed live was something I will hold dear until the hand of doom comes for me. They played a pretty good mix of old classics, songs from the new album, and some deep tracks. They played all the classics like Iron Man, Paranoid, War Pigs, Children of the Grave, Snowblind, as well as 4 songs from the new album. I could have done without Methodemic. I'd rather have heard Live Forever or Dear Father, but who am I to criticize the masters of my reality? They also played songs like Under the Sun and Dirty Women, which I just wasn't familiar with. Ultimately, this was an amazing and inspiring show that will go down as one of my favorites of all time. Normally at this point, I would tell you to check out the tracks from the album on today's playlist, but here too I changed things up a little bit. Instead of giving you album tracks, I've made a playlist of some of the crappy song clips I recorded with my iPhone and my point-and-shoot camera. Between dying batteries and running out of space on my phone, only one of the 4 captures a whole song. I've got clips from the opening, which was War Pigs, Black Sabbath, and Iron Man, as well as the whole song for Snowblind. They're pretty crappy to look at, but the sound isn't too shabby considering the equipment. So, check it out. I'll be back tomorrow with another album. Take it easy.